Good morning. Hello, everybody. My name is Brian Hitzelberger. I'm going to be your professor for ART 1100 Art Appreciation, summer of 2020. It's nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to kind of getting to know you over the digital sphere and working with you online. So first things first, behind me you'll see a whole bunch of moving boxes. I'm actually in the middle of a very big move. And so I apologize for that. Every video you see from here on out will actually be in another setting, which is very exciting for me. So apologies. Second apology, the building I'm in actually is currently experiencing a power outage. So I'm using my phone as a hotspot and it's making Wi-Fi and communications with you guys difficult today. But that should be resolved very shortly, and the place I'm moving to will not have these kinds of issues. Okay, so we're 2 minutes into the class and I've already had to apologize for two things. We're off to a great start. So let me describe a little bit about what's going to be an ongoing weekly assignment. As you'll see from reviewing the syllabi, there are multiple assignments for this course. We have written papers, we have an online midterm, we have a museum visit and gallery visit, which I'll actually talk about a little bit later. But in lieu of class participation, what I'm going to be asking you guys to do every week is to create a video of yourself discussing and offering some feedback on the material that we examine as a group that week on our own, and in response to a discussion prompt that I'm going to make available to you on a weekly basis. Every week, I'm going to give you a discussion prompt that relates directly to the readings and PowerPoints that will be supplied for you in that week's module. What you're going to do on your end is read the readings and take a look at the PowerPoints. These are designed to work in tandem with one another. The PowerPoints cover material not in the readings and vice versa. The readings would cover content not in the PowerPoints. Really, to get the whole experience of the class, you're going to want to be looking at both, okay? Then you're going to familiarize yourself with the discussion prompt that I'm going to give you on a weekly basis through our course Canvas. You'll be asked to sort of discuss a certain topic, and it's going to relate directly to the content that we look at that week. Then you'll make a video of yourself using your phone, your laptop, whatever's available, and upload it to the discussion board for the class. So we will have a singular place where everybody in the class actually has a discussion video and everyone's talking about the same topic that week. Okay? That is going to be a standing assignment. We're really going to fall into a rhythm. The videos are always going to be due on Fridays of the week that they're made available, Fridays at 5 p.m. By 5 p.m. you'll have made and posted your video in the discussion board. Then on Saturday by 5 p.m. you will have responded via written comments to 2 of your classmates' videos. This discussion and response system is what we have in this online format to recreate the experience of having discussions in class. And it's a way that I have found as a professor to make the experience of being in an online class a little bit more dynamic. It's also just kind of fun to, like, you're not necessarily just interacting with people through written word. You're getting a sense of who they are and their personality and how they think through video. So anybody unfamiliar with posting and making videos, I've actually included in the first module on our course Canvas a link to an instructional video about how to do this. So if you're like, I don't know how to do this, have a look at that tutorial video, and that should clear up any questions. And if you're still having issues, get in touch with me and we'll figure something out. Okay? So anyway, back to the assignment. Every Friday you'll make a video by 5 p.m. and by every Saturday by 5 p.m. you'll have responded to 2 students' videos. Now, I'm looking for I'm looking for meaningful responses. And when I say meaningful, what I'm not looking for is for you to say, hey, great post, I really liked it. Click, send. I actually want you to engage with the specifics that are brought up by that person in their video. Show me through your responses that you are really engaging with the content that's being created by your classmate. Additionally, in your own videos, I'm looking for you to engage with the material that's presented that week. This means I'm looking for you to use the ideas presented in the text and ideas and terminology presented in the PowerPoints and text. These videos are an opportunity for you to demonstrate to me, through your language and through your thinking, that you are engaging with the material that we are all responsible for on a week-by-week basis. In fact, these videos are the only way that I have as an instructor to measure your progress in the course. So in order to earn full credit for your videos, I'm going to be looking to see you demonstrating that content in your videos. I have included a rubric that I use to evaluate the videos in the course syllabus, so have a look at that, and that clearly outlines the grading system I use and what is expected for each level. Okay? So that's the discussion format. And as I mentioned, it's a very rhythmic thing. It's going to happen 8 times. The videos are due every Friday, and the responses are due every Saturday. There are 2 exceptions to those deadlines. The first exception is week 1, this week. So it's already Wednesday, and we're kind of starting like later in the week. So I don't want to just spring an assignment on you that's due in 2 days. So this week and this week only, your video is going to be due on Saturday. Saturday at 5 p.m., Saturday, May 30th. That's when your video post is due. And then your responses to your classmates' video posts are going to be due on Sunday, May 31st by 5 p.m. So this week, week 1, video due Saturday, responses due Sunday. Okay? Starting next week, we're in the rhythm. Video on Friday, responses on Saturday. And we'll stay with that format up to week 6. Week 6, we're actually going to deviate from that format again because Friday is July 4th, and this is a holiday. So I'm going to ask you guys to actually turn in your videos a little bit earlier that week on July 2nd, which is going to be a Wednesday. And then July 3rd, Thursday, I'm going to have you make your responses. Your responses will be due the following day. So we're just kind of shifting it around to basically avoid having anything due on July 4th. Okay? That's going to be week 6. But other than that, videos are always due on Fridays, and responses are always due on Saturdays. Now, that's the video as a whole. For this week, I want to talk a little bit about your discussion prompt. And from here on out, the first thing I say in the video will basically be, what's the discussion? And, I'll kind of check in with you, give you the announcements for the week, and we'll get right to the discussion. So this week, your course content in your chapters, you will actually read a little bit about what the textbook defines as the 6 purposes of art. Your text breaks all human artworks into 6 broad categories of function, and it makes the argument that every object made by a human being that could be termed an artwork actually serves a purpose and actually has a function. Those 6 functions are, in no particular order, the communication of information, the use of day-to-day living, the work of social justice or social causes, the use of worship and ritual, the use of personal expression, and the use of visual delight or distraction. I'm looking off screen because I have a little cheat sheet right here that has them written down. So those are the 6 categories, and they're very broad, and to make matters more complex, a singular object can actually occupy more than one category. Additionally, those categories can be, they're not static things, they actually change over time. So an object that actually maybe when it was initially made was used for worship and ritual can kind of become an object that is used for visual distraction or visual delight over the course of history. And to make matters even more complicated, different artworks mean different things to different people. So a single artwork can actually fall into a category based off of the artist who made it. The artist who made it can actually term that object as falling into one category, but a viewer or audience member can actually maybe place it into another category based off of their own perceptions and life experience or some combination thereof. And then those distinctions can actually change over time. So this idea of like what category, what function does an artwork fall into, it's a slippery slope, but I actually think it's an interesting and useful modality for starting to think about really what art is and what art does and how it changes or doesn't change over time. So, for this reason, what I'd like for you to do this week is to actually reflect on some artworks that you've had experiences with in your life. These could be things that you own, things that you've seen, movies that you've seen, etc. I'm specifically looking for works of visual art, okay, art that is visual based. So I'm not thinking about music, I'm not thinking about books, we're not thinking about dance. We're thinking about works of visual art in this class. And I want you to think about a work of visual art that when you first saw it, maybe you thought it was one thing and it kind of turned into something else over time. Or I want you to think about a visual work of art that, in your opinion, the artist who made it thought of it as one thing, but you think of it as another. And this is a great opportunity for you to show me that you're engaging with the ideas in the reading. Talk to me about these categories and how you feel that your work of art, whatever that is, fits into or doesn't fit into one of those categories depending on who's looking at it and in what period in time they're looking at it. As I mentioned, your videos will be due by 5 p.m. this Saturday, May 30th, and your responses will be due in written form to 2 of your classmates' videos by Sunday, May 31st at 5 p.m. At any point throughout the semester, if you have any questions, do email me at bhitzelberger@piedmont.edu, and my email is on the syllabus. And give me about a 24-hour period to respond. I do check my email daily, but I'm not actually at my computer all the time. However, I do have digital office hours every Monday from 8 to 10, and during that time period, I will be at my computer all the time. So if you email me during that period, I'll get back to you right away. If you email me any other time, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, but it might take a little bit of time. I think that's all for my first video. Thanks so much. I look forward to working with all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.